Hey folks, welcome back to the FrostyWhiskers, and we're going to carry on. I'm in a hotel tonight, so things might sound a little bit different, but we are just going to crack on with trying to get things done. Lapan is working on an update to this, but it has not changed since I've downloaded it. So we're just going to carry on. Last time we got our fourth brain up and running, which is hopefully going to help out with science. We are in a pretty good place with the amount of power we're generating, which is cool. We're slowly starting to get more beavers back, which is also cool. I've added in smart power. Done a very small test, and this seems to work okay. The benefit of that is that when things like the charging station, hopefully the repair station, are not required, they're going to use a heck of a lot less power, which is going to save us a lot of power, which is kind of cool. So that's just going to help out overall. Probably what it's worth us doing is having a scrub through in terms of what our beavers and our bots are doing. We currently have 4 bots left. As I said, I think the thing that we need to prioritize still is getting enough science and working towards the bot tent so that we can sustain the population of bots. Something that I've noticed in, I don't know if I mentioned it last time, in my other save that I've got going with this, is I got to the point where I struggled with logs. So I think something that I'm going to do, along with the ongoing struggle for ice blocks, which is giving us a struggle for sand soup in some ways, is I'm going to try and start getting into some of the other areas we can get to logs and ice easily. So there's a few spots where it's probably not worth, might be worth us cutting down these few random trees. I'm not sure. I will actually start running the game in a minute. I think it's, a bit of scene setting, as it were. I have said that these aren't going to recover, and my experience is this is probably enough trees to, probably this and this area is enough trees for pine resin, so we can mark the rest of these to be cut down. And I think what I'll do is I'll get one of these set up properly. So maybe we just go for getting these cleared. So ready to collect, greater than or equal to 1. Resume, and there are trees that are ready to collect. And duplicate, invert. Do I want to? I'm just thinking we don't actually have that much space for trees. So maybe I actually do put in a caveat on number of logs. We go less than 20. Save. So we'll do an and here. Script. Control C, Control V, save, and then yes, get rid of you, discard you, get rid of you, duplicate, invert, and make you 30. Yep, and then at some point you'll come and start doing work. Yep, you should be good. Awesome. I would like to start making our way over here. There's a lot of ice blocks over here which are worth us getting at, and probably over here as well to get all of this. Maybe this is a better priority because there's a lot of both. So let's build ourselves a bridge. One of the things that we don't have easily available is traversing water. So we don't have the bridges and the overhangs and stuff. We've got the one overhanging walkway and then platforms really, or there is this guy. But this blocks one block, so we've got to use the platforms to get across here. So they'll work on that in the background. So that's that. You are set up and you do have a rule active, so that's good. What have we got going on build wise? So we're working on building that, which is cool. Some of you are right, we could have saved some connections early on with hooking this in by bringing it across here, but in the long term we are making use of this, which is cool. And let's run the game at double speed. So what are you working on? You're working on the plastic panes. Probably what we're going to need for this. In fact, we've got enough plastic panes, so you can probably be paused. You are working on pipes, which are probably good. What else do we need to make this? I think we've got all of the resources for that. So let's just go in here and have a look at our jobs wise. Let's unpause all of the hauling flags and make sure they're all set to be beavers, and that'll be good. We're good for that. So yeah, we do need to be looking at getting towards some more ice. Let's just go check your rules. Let's unpause you. Get that going. In fact, we could get both of you going. That'd be good. And I guess what we want here is pine resin, save, and ice blocks. No, district stock of ice blocks. Let's just see if we can get this set up. I'm sorry if you don't like automation, but this is going to help us optimize the efficiency of our beavers if I can get this right. So if ready to collect is, we actually want this to be a greater than or equal to 1. And then script, actually let's save that, save and close. So ice blocks, if we go for about 50, we've got a lot of that, so we might want to use up some of the waste rock just to make space. But anyway, 50, and we've got loads of pine resin storage. Okay, so I think if we come in here and script, so Control C. So if we've got that and district stock pine resin. No, this is a pain to set up. So what I would like to be able to do here, and it doesn't really work, I don't think any super automation, advanced automation experts, this is what I want to do. And I think you can maybe do it with multiple rules, but it doesn't ever seem to work great for me. This is what I want to set up. I'm not going to set it up. And if anyone understands how to do this properly, stick a comment down below. And I'm just going to put in some random numbers just to demonstrate it. Or And these are just random numbers, you know. So that's essentially what I want the condition to be. So I want there is stuff for the gatherer to collect, and there is either a shortage of pine resin or ice blocks. And just to demonstrate, and this is not me complaining about the mod, but if I then save that and then go into the script again, oh, it's kept it this time. Okay, so maybe that is going to work. Aha, awesome. I think that's a change. Ignore what I've just said. Ignore what I've just said. So if ice blocks is less than, let's go 60. Pine resin is less than, I'm going to go 50. I don't mind if pine resin gets a bit low. Let's go more than that. Let's go 80. Awesome. I'm super excited now. You never used to be able to do the brackets. It would always get rid of them. So if there is one or more ready to collect and there is either a shortage of pine resin or ice blocks, awesome. So let's try duplicate and invert. And then we've got to come in and put the brackets back in. So if ready to collect less than one, or that and that, so if both are full, and I guess pine resin, if we've got more than, let's go 150, and we've got, I can't remember how much space for ice blocks we had after all that rambling, 108. So I'm super pleased about that. It's been a while since I've tried to do a complex condition, or a more complex condition like that. So let's go 90. So did I put the brackets in? No. Right, let's save that. Okay, why are you not keeping the brackets? What's the difference there? Because all? I'm not sure why one of them is showing the brackets and one isn't. Interesting. I'm gonna hope that just works. So we can put that there. Where else have we got gatherer flags? There and there. Because essentially they should work the same, even though, I mean, they don't have access to pine resin, so maybe we can just simplify those. And we'll do that. We'll just come in and edit it. So, edit. And again, sorry if you find automation boring, but you know, we kind of need the automation. So, 60, save, script. At least this way we're keeping the numbers the same, which is good. Yep. So that's, nope, that's that. If you're just here for FrostyWhiskers, this is probably really frustrating, but anyway. Tough, I guess. Bosh, and then probably, given where we are at the moment, we might want to cut those down and just have one of each of those possible to run. And there we go. Scrap metal. Again, let's come in. So you are automated and set up to work. You are a lumberjack. And you can reach the trees. So let's just have a look at you. Okay, you're paused. So let's bring you back online. We're up to 14 beavers, which is quite nice. We don't have any rules for these, and we probably need to. So we've currently got 2 spare beds. So, beavers in district. Actually, I think what we'll do is I'm manually going to pause all except one and see what that does for our population. This is not how I've done it before. And then I'm going to try and get some more nano machines going. Do we have everything we need for those? We've got 180, we've got copper, we've got gold, and we've got scrap metal. I'm going to use up some of the find your words, man. Rocks. That's the word I'm trying to find. That's all quite full, so I don't think I want to put any more in there. I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't want to build any more storage for it at the moment. So I'm just going to throw it in down here for now. We'll lose a little bit in the recovery in terms of efficiency. And yet I did forget that you can put this on top of stuff. It's fine. It's fine. How are we looking? We're up to 46. Why are we on negative health? Thirst. How's our thirst looking? Are we that bad? And beavers. So some are really bad. They're just dipping into the negative. So we do need to make sure that it is prioritized by haulers, which is kind of short on ice blocks. We just need to try and make sure that we are getting the ice blocks brought over to the sad soup. Please. You know? That would be really good. We've nearly got this in, which is also really good. And that's going to allow us to grab you. Bring you over here. Set you up here, which is good. Are we still making planks? No, we've just got some planks. Getting some more nano machines made, which is cool. Power-wise, we were just on the borderline, and that's with us running the fabricator, so that's pretty nice. Did I automate that? I didn't, so let's set that up. How much oil can we store? 30 plus that. So let's go for petroleum, not oil. I don't know why I keep calling it oil. If district stock of petroleum is greater than 50, then pause, save, duplicate, invert, script. Save, save and close. Good stuff. Very nice. You are doing your thing, which is good. We've got an spare beaver. Now I suspect you will start getting busy any moment. Let's prioritize the build of that, not the workplace of that. And then you can start chopping down ice over there. You are in fact automated. And you will stop soon-ish. So that's good. Now, I think probably if we can, we want to try and get to the medium machine brain. But that involves us generating or saving a whole bunch of science. But I think what's our durability on these guys like? 73. That's probably a good point for me to talk about corrosion. So the bots and I believe the beavers do all suffer if they go in the bad water. So unlike standard bots, You can't just send these guys willy or indeed nilly into bad water. And actually, now I've learnt some more stuffs. We can save ourselves a little bit of resources here. Always be learning, folks, because basically I've played a bit more. And we can put the power connections over the rocks and save ourselves some building and some ice, which is good. Yeah, so unlike normal bots, you can't just send these guys into bad water to do stuff. You need to keep them out of the bad water because they will eventually break down, and we don't want that. We want happy, healthy bots. So, but in terms of trying to get the medium machine brain, we need 350 nano machines. We can store that many. So if we can get them made, that seems like a good idea to me. We need a bit more scrap metal. So, actually, we need a bit more of everything. So let's, I guess, think about doing some strip mining. And I think for kind of trying to think where I want to strip mine, we've got some ready there. Let's grab that. Now I had a very helpful message of I should be more tactical with where I strip mine because it'll make things way better. But not actually saying where to strip mine. And so, yeah, I'm not sure where I want to strip mine to do amazing things. And I really just want to generate more resources. So I'm just going to keep hacking away at this. I have a thought that once we've cut this back a bit more and we've got a nice clean face, I might put a gravity battery up here. So we can be storing some power. That seems like a useful idea to me. But yeah, we're now generating more power than we need, which is kind of cool. We will have a problem during drought still. So yeah, we need to bear that in mind. Something that would be useful when we've got even more. But actually, it's only 100 tires. Do we think about throwing an oil generator in to just keep us going a bit during droughts? The droughts are relatively short. We've got one coming in a day. So we have got 3 spare beavers. I'm going to throw them in here and I'm going to get some carbon fibers being made. And we'll also put in, when they start working on it again, another one in here. And I'm going to get another beaver going over here. We have got a reasonable supply of logs, which is good. Okay, I am back. I'm not sure what I was talking about. I just had to go sort out uploading the last Atlantis video. Hotel Wi-Fi sucks in this country a lot of the time, so who knows if that will be uploaded when I want it to be. Yeah, I thought I'd set that going. Let's give it another kick, shall we? Yeah. Oh, we were strip mining, weren't we? Let's get to that. And then we can actually, we've got one day, so hopefully we can make some more things. Why have I got that running? Yeah, let's pause that for a bit. Which means we have a bunch of spare beevi again. So let's. You seem to have work to do, so we will enable you. Why not? And actually, let's come in here. We've got some logs at the moment, so let's get some stairs in there, and that will give us access to those ones as well, which is more ice, which is more gooder. You're set to be cut. Can you not? Oh, you can't reach those. Okay. Let's throw you there then in that case, and get rid of you and get rid of you, and we don't probably have storage for. we do have some storage for logs. We have a little log store. That's okay then. Awesome. Probably what we want to do is come out here. Grab you, because you do have some rules to do with how many logs we have. Put you here. Come over here and mark all of those to be cut. That'd be good. Where can you reach to? Okay, you can't reach there. I was going to cut a line across here so we can eventually make our way to that as well. Awesome. We are up to 109 science stored. That's pretty cool. I'm wondering, with how much power we're generating, do we go for another small brain? We could almost knock that out. We need a bit more ice. Need a bit more ice, but do you know, I think we do that. This is a different strategy to what I've employed before, but let's give it a whirl. I'm also going to put in, that's flags, not tents, another sleeping tent. So we can potentially have some more beevi. I'll unpause another breeding pod in preparation for that. We need 3 more carbon fibers, which should be achievable. We then need some more. Let's wait for the drought. We are going to need this to be running once the drought actually kicks in. I need to build an engine, really. But it's only a day, so, you know. Let's just... Actually, let's pause while the wheels are still spinning. The wheels of industry. Yeah. More science is going to help. The other thing we might want to look at doing is putting in another... probably okay for a network control tower. So let's just keep an eye on the power until it starts to... There we go. I'm just going to throw them in now. Let's just do it. We are going to need a radioactive waste. So let's grab one of those, because that's what you make tents out of, obviously. You know? Awesome. So we can now have a population of 20. So I think now is the time to automate these. Beavers in district. Greater than or equal to 20. We will pause. Duplicate, invert, and we have 1, 2, we have 5. I think we're going to keep that a bit tighter and go to maybe 17 on a few of them. And yeah, I know I could use the technique that I used on the previous save where I defined some variables for some of them. But I'm not going to do that at the moment. We're probably not going to be changing these numbers that often, so yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, not so great that in the evenings we run out of power because the beavers all stop working, and this does give us the issue that bots will be bad, and hopefully, you know, they won't be too unhappy. So, you know, it means they won't work 24 hours a day and all that. We can get them fixed up. We've got a few nano machines, but we do need to be nano machining. I think, what's our capacity? We can store a bit more than that. So I'm going to adjust. I'm going to make you a beaver for a start. And we're going to adjust this to be 40 and 20. Hopefully we keep a bit more in stock. Get you working momentarily once the water is back. Everything's going to be suffering at the moment because we're trying to put power into the system. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We are in a much better place for ice blocks, which is good. So yeah, we're about to get power back. So as that ramps up, we can pause that, and that'll be good. And we've always got the 200 science we need to unlock the bigger brain. We don't have the resources to build it yet, so let's start working on that. But we should now stay as positive science, so that's kind of good. I'm wondering, there's a couple of things that we could think about doing. So, I know pausing sometimes annoys people. We could look at unlocking bigger water wheels, or we go the oil generator, so that we've got a sustainable power source. And we could quite easily stick that here because we don't need all of these paths. And that's essentially a fish oil powered version of the steam engine from some of the other factions. So we could throw that there quite nicely. We've got that. We've got the ice blocks. We've got the logs. Almost got the planks. So yeah, we could. Let's get that built. Does it run on fish oil or does it run on petroleum? It runs on petroleum, so actually it's perfectly placed to put it there. And let's get the missing plank that we need made. Yep. And with smart power, the smart power will manage this and will only use it when we need to, which I think is kind of cool. We're going to do a bit more strip mining. Let's throw that in. And yeah, what I want to do eventually is put some gravity batteries over here. Yep, that's paused. We will make sure it's prioritized by haulers so that when we get the need for it, we can make use of it. Good. Excellent. We'll rebuild that science. We're working on the nano machines. You are now paused, but we need some more resources for the nano machines. So let's rip that all out. Good stuff. I feel like we're making progress, folks. I feel like we're making progress. Now I'm wondering if how are our bots looking? And we can see that in here. They're all in pretty good condition, durability wise. So maybe we can do the medium brain and then push for the bot tent. Maybe that would work. Right, we'll keep going as we are, I think. Yeah, we'll keep going as we are. Rip all of that out. How are we doing for power? We're pretty good, actually. So I think we are going to not do that because we need a bit more fishing going on. So let's copy that and get that going because we are low on food as we increase the population. So I think the thing that we're going to do next is unlock the log stack, which gives us access to bugs. And as long as we've got logs, is a passive source of food. And let's throw a couple of those just there. And we've got enough carbon fibers to make both of those. And they actually do look like they're made with carbon fiber, which is kind of funky. So that's cool. And let's make sure those are prioritized by haulers. And they'll just give us another source of food, which is good. We've got 200 nano machines. Now we need 350. This guy is awesome. The large machine brain. I've got one of these, just got one of these running on my other save. When it's in, it looks so cool in the way that you need to install it. I think it looks so cool anyway. We possibly we want to have a beaver working in here now because we do want this to be being more efficient, I think. Yeah, 0% productivity is not great. We want to be making more of the sad soup. We're going to get rid of the rule and just make as much of that as we can, please, beavers. And we might want to get a second one of those in at some point. We are not far from enough science to unlock the medium brain. Now, where do I want to put that? I might stick with the pattern of having it over here. How much power does it need? It needs 150. If we've got a spare, 150 HP. So that's pretty good. I think we need another fisher person. So we'll get them going. Yep, we need more copper. So let's knock that back. Get that unlocked. And hopefully we can get some more nano machines going. So we work our way towards that. Now, do we think about getting some crappy power wheels built? To get even more power going. Because we're going to have access to more science, which means we can have more of these buildings running at once. So something that we do want to do is make sure that we are beyond beyond the 350 that we need to build it so that we've got stock for everything else that we're doing. So I'm going to let that run past. But let's actually unlock it. Maybe we place it. I mean, it's kind of a funky looking thing. Yeah, maybe we place it and pause it. Our little cluster of brain-age. And then I think we work towards either the grav battery, which means we need to think about placing it. How much explosives? I've still got 70 explosives left. Awesome. And we are looking at placing it up here. So let's get some stairs going on. Something like that. Just to short circuit the path a little bit. And we are going to need a power connection all the way up there as well. But we'll get to that. What's the time? Okay. Probably going to be calling it in the not to... Actually, let's get rid of you for now. And that means we can strip mine out you and you and you. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. We are almost there on the nano machines. It was 350, wasn't it? Yeah, 350 and 60 ice blocks. We do need a lot of ice blocks as well. So let's keep going on that. Everything else is like, because they're using up the rock in here, and we'll just recover it when we need it. It's fine. So I should say, advanced automation's been updated. And the update might fix, if you were watching the first video when my game crashed when the bunker exploded, the update might fix that issue. There was a bug in the mod where if a lumberjack flag that had active automation rules on it exploded, it would cause the game to crash. So yeah, you now might be okay with that. So yeah, I think now we can think. I think we can think. God, I'm words me am good. I'll run that along the path. And in fact, let's go all the way along the path. I know it might not be the most efficient. Oh, we need 200 for the universal electric rail. So we need 300 science to get that all hooked up. We can now start building this. So that's cool. More strip mining, please. That should be going in now. Yeah, all of those are in, so we can probably now pause that. Get that going a bit quicker. How many fish can we hold? 288. So let's adjust this to be, let's go 250, save, script, 200, save and close, and then apply you to all of those. Good. Yep. Then we are going to get you working on that job. We are going to need to get to more scrap metal in the not too distant future. So to prepare for that, we will need to get across here. And I don't want to delete all that nuclear waste yet, actually. So let's, and it's narrower anyway, so let's come across here. We really need to get some tree planting going on as well, but that's a bit of a faff. So we might look at that next time. We are 10 ice blocks away from a medium brain, so that's pretty awesome. Get rid of you. We can now unlock the... Nope, we need 200 science for that. We are almost there. I guess we could be putting in the horizontal power rails there. Because, you know, they need to be built. We've now got the science we need for the vertical or universal power connection. There we go. You need to put one on top as well, so it's a bit like the power connections in the normal game. And then we will need to come here and up to here because the gravity batteries connect in the side. So let's do that. Let's put that back. And actually we might be able to connect in the bottom of them. Yep, we can. So let's do that. And then we will unlock the... No, we won't unlock... We'll unlock the double platform next time. Now, some of you are going to be saying I should make that taller. So let's do that. We'll go one higher. I know people generally like them to be on platforms. So let's do that. And now we can unlock the double platform. And a set of singles. And do that. And these are going to hold quite a lot of power. Now, unlike normal gravity batteries, these come in discharged. So we are going to have to charge them up. But that's fine. That's something we can look at when we get there. We've got our new brain in. Awesome. And our power grid is fine. That's kind of cool. So if we can get all of this built, I am going to be super happy. Huzzah! Fake enthusiasm. Right. A little bit more. I have no idea how long I've been recording for. Let's grab you. It's, yeah. Grab you. Cut trees. And let's mark all of those. Yep. And honestly, because there's ice and trees up here, it's probably worth us getting up there. That's my reminder to take my medication. And use some ice stairs because we do have some ice blocks. Awesome. We are working towards getting to this because we need more scrap metal, as I said. And this is not infinite. And I'm trying to plan ahead. Which is kind of rare for me. So, you know. Now we've got more fish. We can take fish, stuff oil in it, and make explosives. You know? And we've now got 300 science. There we go. So we've got our first gravity battery in. We need planks. Okay, let's get planks going. But you can see it is discharged. So we need to add charge to it. But to do that, we're going to need this all built up. But we do have power out to here. So that's kind of cool. Maybe we could put trees out here. That would work. That would work. You need power to grow trees. So, as I said, we will tackle that at another point. Actually, let's get... Have we got enough logs we have? Let's get you making planks. And we'll throw a few more beavers at that as well. We'll speed up the plank making process so we can get this done quicker. Does that need planks? It does not, so that's okay. We can pause you. Let's get you processing some copper. You can be paused. We do actually have a drought approaching, so it would be really nice if we could get that built. Let's get you processing the copper as well. We've actually got the science now to unlock the bot tent. So, come on. There we go. And these should now start to charge. And this will, I'm going to put that to 95. I want to try and keep that more charged. So, yeah. But that, folks, is going to be it for today. I feel like we have made some progress. We now have a sizable lump of science. The population has recovered. And we're at the point we can unlock the bot tent and start growing the population of bots. We're at the point we can now start generating significantly more amounts of power. And now the key things are getting to the point where we are not struggling for resources all of the time. So we need to establish tree growing establish tree growing, and a stable supply of ice. There's a few ways we can do that, and we'll look at both. One of them is the dirt excavator, which essentially gives us access to the resources we are getting through strip mining. So it replaces strip mining, and that's a pretty good way. The other thing that I want to do is branch out to the various pods of large crystals so that we can be having beavers going out and harvesting them as they're available. It's inefficient in that the beavers have to travel a long way, but I found that it's a strategy that I have found for maintaining a supply of ice crystals, or ice blocks. I'm not going to say it's the best way. It's a way. And it seems to be working for me with a population of 30 odd beavers. Still playing on easy mode. We need a few more cooking tents, probably, to keep up with the supply of sad soup. We're going to need to get fish oil going for the tree growing. I might target this area actually, because we could probably get power generation going in here quite nicely. A bit of work. Yeah. We could probably narrow that up a bit as well. So we might do that. We might start establishing a bit more power generation up here. And we could even would like to start getting into the large power wheels, because they generate so much more power. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling, folks. So thank you for watching. Thank you to the patrons and YouTube channel members, and I will see you all next time.